everybody. This is Cheryl, and thanks so much for coming to our garden party. This is our first one, and I hope it goes really well and is lots of fun. This is for Perky, so hopefully you'll find some things that you would like to order, and we can get Perky a big list for, she has some good prizes too that I'll show you throughout the party. Anyway, this card, in the spirit of the garden party, we're using these flowers, and this is a set called Thoughtful Blooms that's available through Celebration. So you only have like a day left to get this thing. But it's really a cool set, and it's free with any $50 order. So let's get started. For my card, I'm starting with a piece of Daffodil Delight because I figured it's really cheery, pretty color. And this one is the one that opens long ways. So it's 4.5 by 11 inches. So it's a long card, and scored in the middle at, what's it scored at? 5.25, no, 5.5. So that's how you make this card. And then the next layer is Whisper White, and I embossed this one in Layered Leaves 3D embossing folder. Isn't that beautiful? I really love that one. And the measurements for the Whisper White are 3 3/4 by 5. And before I put it down on here, I'm gonna tie a piece of Bermuda Bay. This is Bermuda Bay mini striped ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch, and I'm just gonna tie it around there. It'd be really pretty tied in a bow, but it's a little bit more difficult to mail, and that's my only reason. I usually just tie knots for my cards if I'm going to mail them. Let me see. I'm going to put it way over to the side. Got butterfingers on camera. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to glue this down with my Tombow glue. Tombow gives you a couple seconds to position everything. That's why I like it a lot. And it also, once it sticks forever. It's a really good glue. Okay, next I am using the Flowering Foils Designer Series paper that I love. And this is a free specialty designer's paper that you can get with a $50 order through Celebration. So this is another thought for you guys. I'll have to add the, the ordering numbers after my demo, so you guys know, because I didn't put them down now. But these are really fun for coloring, so that's the first thing I'm going to do. And I'm going to use Granny Apple Green. I've got a light and a dark. I'm just starting with the dark. That's the way I usually do it. Everybody's different, and it doesn't really matter how you do it, but I use the brush end, and I like to do it all kind of random. And, but again, lots of people are not like me. They like to have it all kind of the same. And so just experiment with these. They're super fun. What can I say about blends? I'll show you on, sometimes people push too hard during my classes. And oh, one thing to tell you about these alcohol blends is that they do sometimes bleed a little bit, that it's possible for them to go a little bit further out of the edge. So just be careful with that, that you're not getting too close to edges. But this paper kind of has an embossed flower petal on it, and it stops the ink from bleeding over into the other edge. Oh, one more thing. If you guys are coloring on a, this sometimes bleeds to the other side. So when I'm using my blends, I usually color on something and I put it on another piece of cardstock so you can't see it. Okay, so I'm happy with my dark one. I'm going to use the light one. And I can tell this one's been used at class and people have been pushing really hard because the end is, the end's kind of messed up. So it makes it harder for me to go in the lines. So just be careful when you guys buy these. Now, if you're ordering today, one of the really good deals is you can get those Rococo Rose stamping blends for free right now. And you get the light and the dark, and you guys are going to love those. So that's just with a $50 order. So I'd certainly think about that. Okay, while I'm doing this video, tell me who has blends at home, who has bought those before, and what do you guys think about them? What are your favorite colors? And do you like using both the dark and the light? I think I like them because they're so vivid. They're really nice, beautiful, bright colors. And you've got quite a bit of control over what they're doing. Oh, I'm almost done. Am I done? I think so. There's one little edge and a little edge. Okay, I'm happy. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I know these colors are kind of weird, but I really like them. I like blues and greens. So this was the Granny Apple, and I'm gluing it onto Bermuda Bay. And I'll give you the measurements in a second. Let me see, my designer series paper is 5 1/4 times 1 3/4. And then the Bermuda Bay is just a little bit larger, 5 1/2 by 2. Okay, and then I'm going ahead and just gluing it onto my card. And what's next? Let me see. Next, let me do the do some flowers. Okay, so I'm going to use the Thoughtful Blooms, just a plain flower from there, and I'm going to stamp, I think, 3 Daffodil Delight ones and 2 Bermuda Bay ones. Now don't put them right next to each other like this because you won't be able to punch them. You need to give yourself a little bit of room. And then before mixing it with another color, clean it real well. And then I'm ready for Bermuda Bay. Okay. And I'm going to use this small bloom punch, which you can get for free right now for a $100 order. And you're going to use this thing a ton. So I love this bloom punch. Lots of you don't have a Big Shot yet, which is the die cut machine. But you can do almost everything with punches. You can do a whole lot. So that's a great way to start. Also really fun to, if you have kids, they love stuff like this. Okay, I'm going to use mini dimensionals because if I used a whole one, it's a little bit too big for these. So I'm going to use the mini ones. And I'm going to just curve it up a little teeny bit and put one in the middle. Oops. If I space them like this, then I can center the blue one right in the middle. That's why I don't just do them in a line, because there's no way I'll get them centered like I want. Last one. Okay, I'm messing around with them. Okay, and okay, I have to put some rhinestones in them, so I'm gonna use Noble Peacock rhinestones, and you could use ooh, that's pretty. And these are green, different colors of blue, purples. And these are in the annual catalog. But you can use any kind of bling that you want. I like it. Look at those. Those are really pretty. And they're not, it's really mailable. You could do it. And lastly, I just wanted to, the Thankful Blooms comes with a, it has a thing that says thank you, and I thought I would just use it, stamp it in Bermuda Bay, and I'm using a 1-inch punch to stamp that out, to punch it out, and then just to have some contrast, I'm going to use 1 1/8-inch scallop punch. So if you buy the 1-inch punch, you really should buy this one too, because you can coordinate them with like tons of different stamp sets. And it adds so much, it's really worth it. So, isn't that pretty? It adds a lot to have that contrast. So I'm just gonna put one regular dimensional on the back to pop it up, put it right there. And how about one more rhinestone, because I like these. Okay, there you go. Isn't that pretty? And if you wanted something for the inside, I've got to show you. This is also in that Thoughtful Blooms. And this is the neatest sentiment. Normally I'd probably put it on a piece of white or something, but I just want to show you because it's really neat with a thank you. Okay, I'm always amazed, but never surprised by your thoughtfulness. Isn't that sweet? I just love that. Okay, thanks for watching.